Hey everybody, Forever Retro 82. Hope you're staying safe and being well out there. You may notice my voice is a little different. That's because my blue microphone kind of took a shit. I'm going to see if I can fix it by Friday, or during my next Let's Play. Because here's the problem. It's an omnidirectional. It's fine. I'll even show you what the microphone looks like. Simple Temu. Yeah, I know. Temu jokes. Go ahead. Fill the comments up with them. I don't care. $10. It works. Comes with the pop filter. It does work, but the problem is since it's omnidirectional, it gets every single sound in your vicinity. So basically, if I want, like what I'm saying, if I was live, I drink when I'm live, as most of you know. Turn on the fan. Yeah, I don't think you want to hear that during one of these videos. If there's a lot of sound going on in the stream, maybe you wouldn't, like when I'm live and streaming, maybe that wouldn't be much of an issue. But it's because it's hot today. I had actually both of my box fans on. I don't have my door open because of cats. Anyway, go ahead and turn that off so you don't have to hear that. See, that sound doesn't bother me. It's white noise. Anyways, I always get sidetracked. You guys know me. So yeah, this is Korean Gochujang Korean beef ramen. It's hard to see because this camera is too shitty, and I also need to get a curtain for this room for when I do videos during the day, right? Well, if I hold it at an angle, you can see it, right? And this is gourmet soup, and you may see those little chili icons. I didn't notice that before with the other gourmet soup I had, or the bistro ramen. That's to determine the spiciness factor, and this is a 4, so it should be a kick in the balls, and it's also going to be burning my arse when I take a shiza. Right, so anyways, it says, pull up a chair at the Cup Noodles Ramen Bistro, where chili-infused noodles and hearty vegetables are bursting with bold flavors inspired by your favorite restaurant ramen. Now, I'll be honest. While this is better than your normal standard cup noodle, for the price is just a few more cents more than your standard, this is no restaurant ramen. The only one I think is close. I've said it a million times, and I'm going to say it until it gets realized. And that is Shin Black. Everyone will say Shin Red. Shin Red is good. Overrated, though. Barely ever crave it. Balduck, spicy as fuck, tastes good. Also overrated. Shin Black. You can't convince me otherwise. There's no other better instant ramen than Shin Black that's close to restaurant quality. K-Army Stew's pretty good, though, from Nongshin. You should try that. However, it is 2,000 milligrams of sodium. So if your body doesn't, take sodium and store them in your legs, and your blood pressure is not too high, I would suggest giving it a try. Anyway, so what do we have here? We got to go through the boring shit first, obviously. This one's a little high in the calorie count, 390. That's pretty sizable for a ramen of a cup kind. I mean, you have Nongshin's Shin Black. That's like 570. And that's per pack. It's like, why would you not eat a full pack? To me, that just sounds retarded. Oh, dude, hey Jimmy, let's split a ramen pack of Shin Black together. That sounds good, bro. Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen unless you eat like a fucking newt or an ant. See, we got 14 grams of fat, just like the other one. And 6 of those are saturates, and that's common, I guess you could say. No trans fat, that's also good. You have the sodium, pretty high, 1,260. As I said before, and I'll say it again. There is no such thing as a lower sodium ramen unless you make it yourself, or there's some kind of shit out there. Oh, wait, there's the Maruchan. I'm sorry, correct myself. There's a Maruchan beef and chicken. I can't find the beef version of that. Otherwise, I would buy some. So I have the chicken version in the cupboard in the kitchen right now. Yeah, because I always have to make sure I have a full stack of ramen. I mean, that's how it is with me. Right. Carbs are pretty high, too. I mean, I try, like I said, I try to stay below 100. It's going to be hard with eating this today. This is 56 grams. That is, 20% of your daily value. But, when you're a guy like me and you're trying to watch a little bit of your carbs, you want to try to stay 100 grams. It's just hard as fuck. I don't go too much over, though. I will admit that. I'll sometimes go maybe 120 at most, depending on what I'm consuming. Right. And I only eat like 2 meals a day. Let's see, I'm a big fan of potatoes. I'm a big fan of noodles. I need to cut those, and I can't. I want to, but I can't. Let's see. We have 3 grams of dietary fibers, 4 grams of sugars, and once again, this stupidly includes 2 grams of added sugars. Just put 6. I'm going to bitch about that probably until the end of time. I think that's dumb. Just put 6 grams, and that's only 4% of your daily value. There's 10 grams of protein, and then there is, let's see, calcium, 50 milligrams, that's 4% of your daily recommended value. Iron, 3.3 milligrams, that's 20%. And potassium, 3 milligrams, and that's your 5%. Like I said, the most here is sodium. That's 55%. That's half. Half of your daily recommended value. Or if you're a fat fuck like me with edema, you shouldn't even be consuming it. But I'm a glutton for punishment. Some say, yeah, you're probably a glutton for a lot of things, you fat fuck. Fine, I'll accept that. But I'm not, though. I mean, I don't sit there and eat cakes and pie. I don't like sweet shit. Lately, though, I have been on, I will be honest, there is a kind of a demon coming back from times past. We've been getting a lot of Mexican Coke here lately, and yes, I've been drinking at least 1 tall bottle of that a day for the past 4 days. I need to take a break from that shit, but it is just too damn good. Soda with real sugar will always kick the shit out of high fructose corn syrup in terms of flavor. I need to back off that shit, though. It's so hard. But I still drink my water and green tea, though. I don't just sit there and drink soda. I mean, that's my wife right there. She drinks diet sodas all day. Her newest thing, and it's a good soda too. Actually, it's Sprite. She has a zero sugar variant, but Sprite Chill. It's basically a cherry limeade soda, and I highly recommend that if you enjoy lemonade or lime. I mean, their lemonade's really good too. I like that. That's hard to find right now, but the Chill is easy to find. Every time I go to Walmart, it's always there, and I'm like, yush. One thing that does piss me off, though, like if we're talking Mountain Dew, right? Now, I don't care much for Mountain Dew except for the flavor variants, and the only one I like that they don't sell is Pitch Black. Now, what pisses me off is, but back in 2014, I want to say, or 2015, I could be wrong, they had a contest. Like, what should be a mainstay of Mountain Dew flavors? There was Baja Blast, and then there was Pitch Black. Pitch Black... Speech impediment. I mean, I don't know if I haven't been really diagnosed with that, but I'm going to go ahead and say I do. Right, so Pitch Black, it won by a mile, right? Leaving Baja Blast in the dust. Guess which variant is in stores right now? If you guess Baja Blast, you're correct. Mountain Dew, you can go fuck yourselves. You pieces of shit. Pitch Black was fucking awesome. You know, much like the Dew Shine. You guys remember that? That was back in, I want to say 2016, 2015, around that time, when they made Mountain Dew Shine. It came in a glass bottle. That shit was fucking good. It tasted like how I remember Mountain Dew tasting when I was a kid. Had that nice, sharp flavor and that little throat hit. You know, kind of like when I vape these Salt Nicks. I get that throat hit from the cigarettes, which is why I do these. I combine it with regular juice, too, so, I don't know. Kind of evens it out. It's good. I've been vaping for years, as you guys know. It's one of my cokes. Right. If I didn't have that, this is my pacifier, like I said. If I didn't have that, I'd be in jail right now. Let's just keep that. Alright, so anyways, with the ingredients, it's more or less the same. I'm not going to bore you. Let's just see what it has in terms of oils and like vegetables, and that's it. The other stuff, not important. I'm going to try to make this shorter. So it has palm oil and canola oil. My ticker's going to die. It will anyways. I mean, it's already gone through stress with me being obese and whatnot. Let's see. It has textured soy protein. Fuck off! Why not? Well, I mean, I guess they... I don't know. I'm guessing it's cheap to keep the cost down. So, I hate it, though. It's doable. Let's see what else. Is there anything? There's dehydrated soy sauce, which is comprised of maltodextrin, bad, salt, bad, wheat, good, soybean, debatable. I like soybeans. Yeah. See, dried carrot strip, dried green onion. Green onion, I'm telling you, it's the best. Dried minced garlic, also good. Dried shiitake mushroom, that's what I'm talking about. They're probably only going to give you like two. Let's see, you got egg, dehydrated egg, of course. It's, I guess, oh, egg white, excuse me. So we have white egg. Garlic powder, awesome. Glucose, bad. Hydrolyzed corn protein. Let's see, there's also, what? Rice? This is noodle, right? Yeah, it's ramen noodle. Why does it say rice? Is there rice in here too? Double the carbs. Yush. Right. Shrimp powder, silicone, and then, yeah, then that's just the rest of this shit. But once again, we get soybean sugar, TBHO. That's a preservative of sorts. I'll have to look that up at some point. And that's pretty much it in terms of, I guess, interests. It contains wheat, soybean, egg, milk, and shrimp, just in case you are allergic to any of those, and I hope you aren't, so don't try this if you are. Alright, so let's go ahead and cut the bullshit and get to the microwave and go ahead and give this a try. It's going to be spicy, though, so that should be interesting. Anyways, let's go ahead and do a jump cut. Okay, we are back. And this is what you get with the Korean Gochujang Beef. And I'm sorry about the fogging up in the lens. It's pretty much your standard stuff. We better, yeah, we don't need to be fogging up lens. Hi, everybody. There's your nightmare fuel for the day. So, right. Just going to give it a little bit of a stir. I got a cat with me in here. She may jump up here. Hopefully not. No, here she comes. Here comes Bella. No, you can back off, little girl. We don't need... See? Told you. There she is. So, there's my cat. You need to behave during this video, though, Missy, or we're going to have a problem. She's already blocking my view. She always does that. I just want her, if she would just lay down, we'd be cool. But she doesn't know how to do that. Since I got food, it even makes her even more anxious. Lay down, little girl. Hold on, jump cut. Okay, I haven't tested it out yet. She's laying down now. So, no, not for cats. Sit back, though. I mean, you can see more of my girth. Yay. Not for the faint of heart. Anyways, as always, let's try off the broth first. I noticed the broth is a little thicker than normal. So, that's good to me. I like broth, both thick and thin, so here we go. Oh, yeah. That has a little bit of definitely a little bit of a kick to it. Not as much as I was expecting. I was expecting it to be just maybe a little bit more of a kick, but I'm going to give it more of a stir. Maybe it needs a little bit more stirrification. Nudification, certification, brothification, stirrification. I know I'm being annoying. And it has a little bit of a kick to it. Like the aftertaste. Has a spice. As for flavor, it tastes like beef broth with little extra in it. Like it's like it has a full body beef flavor. It's beef, but it has more. It's kind of like when you get say vegetable beef versus beef stew, Progresso, canned soups. You know what I'm talking about, probably, hopefully. I mean, it is very spicy. It's got little bits of meat in there. Let me see if I can get one with my fingers. So you can see the lovely texture of soy protein. That's pretty much what that's pretty much what it is. See? There you go. It works, right? It has a little bit. It has that beef flavor. Has that seasoning. I wonder if sometimes I wonder with some of these ramens if they put bouillon and just not like mention it in the ingredients, because all bouillon really is the flavoring component that's usually in a cube or in a powder. And I even think there's liquid form of bouillon now too. I can't say 100% sure on that, but I think that's what they do with that kind of shit. Yeah. Just so you have a look. Sorry about my cat. But that broth is delicious. It's salty, yes, but has a nice little kick to it, a little bit of a burn. And on top of that, it's very flavorful. Get me one more, a little bit of broth before we try the noodle. Like, this is the kind of broth I wish they would just make with no noodles or no vegetables or whatever the fuck they have in this shit. Like the onion and all that. Just make like a broth. And then, like when you're sick or if you just want like something warm and a little bit of saltiness, you know, make that. I mean, you could do that with bouillon. But, I don't know. I would feel better if it came in a product where I can buy in a can or a jar or something. Anyways, let's try it with the nudes. So, itadakimasu. This has a flavor I like. I highly recommend this. This is easily a 9 out of 10. Everything just works and it comes together and it just feels good when you're eating it. Like the noodle bite and everything, and has a much more stronger flavor than that miso Japanese ramen from the ramen bistro of that. Because that was okay, but this is almost perfection. I mean, you just get that perfect bite of flavor as soon as you take the noodles and broth and all the other goodies in here. Yeah, I may have to buy more of these. Make sure you have your water. Every time you eat ramen, it's best to have some more water with it. For reasons I specified in older videos. But if you need a reminder, it is said that salt dissolves salt that's in your bloodstream, I guess. Like I said, I don't know how true that is because I still always feel the same as I always do after eating ramen. It's a little sweaty, a little swelling in the legs, but I mean, nothing a little walk can't cure. So I'll probably be due for that. I mean, since it's a really nice day out, or night rather, should I say. And it's quiet around here, which is also nice. I don't know if your neck of the woods is more active at night. I mean, you got all the crazies and things out there. But yeah, highly recommend this. It's definitely a 9 out of 10. What would make it better is if they put a little bit more toppings, because I noticed compared to the miso, I mean, it could just be the cup I bought, but there's barely any toppings compared to the Japanese miso, because there's a lot more toppings there. There's some in here though. There's a good amount, but not nearly as much, because that had a pretty good amount. I mean, it's hard to compare it to something, but it's no restaurant quality. That Japanese miso was very, very disappointing. This, on the other hand, damn good. I need to see if they have any more flavors of this particular brand that Nissin has been making. This might mean they're done with the weird flavors. They ended on the worst of the worst. S'mores. That was fucking gross. But no, the all day breakfast was a really good surprise. I really liked that, and I also liked the everything bagel. It didn't taste like an everything bagel, but it was fine. You know, you had a little bit of sourness that emulated the cream cheese, and then you had the noodles, which had, you know, kind of like that sesame seed flavor. It was weird, but it wasn't something, you know, I would ever crave again. I don't dislike it. I just think it was plain. Pumpkin spice, though, and s'mores can definitely go down as toilet ramen, and they are completely pieces of shit. And furthermore, they can fuck off. disgusting. There's very little people that like that stuff. And to you, what the fuck? Mmm. Mm-hmm. I don't want to make weird noises while I eat. But that flavor is just so good. You know, it's kind of like when you bite into a steak, you know? Like you take a piece of steak and you dip it in the Naju sauce. And you put it in your mouth and you get all those flavors of both from the meat and the au jus sauce. Very similar, except this is, of course, ramen noodle form. Now, I like my steak medium rare. I like it to have some blood. I mean, I don't understand people that like well done steak. I mean, it's garbage at that point, if you ask me. Yeah, I'm one of those people. Rare's fine. Medium rare's perfect. Medium's fine. But at well done range, fuck you, man. Mmm. Yeah, that is just so good. Very comforting food. Kind of like when you have a mac and cheese with a little bit of bacon bits and a little bit of sour cream. Yeah, I know. Us fat people know how to eat when we want to eat, I guess you could say. um, one of my one of my viewers, I don't want to call anybody out, but he's like, why don't you try putting an egg in your cup noodle? I don't put egg in cup noodle. I put egg in packaged noodles. You know, like Shin Black or Mama or whatever, you know, the packaged shit. And I also go ahead and put a little bit of cheese in the bottom of the bowl. That gives it a nice the broth, a little bit of thickness to it. And of course you have the cheese flavor. Now with Shin Black though, I really don't like to add cheese to it. I only do that if I'm like starving and I want to, you know, something a little bit more filling than just an egg. Because one egg, I'm sorry, does not cut it at all. Unless you take Ozempic or Manjaro, which kills your appetite. At least from what I heard. I go by with what I hear. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. I'm not one of those people that can't take not being corrected. Anyways. Yeah, when I was working at Selfridge Air Force Base, excuse me, to get some extra credits for college, which never panned out because I didn't know how to fill out that fucking form for financial aid. Also, a lot of shit happened after high school to where I couldn't. Anyways, when I worked there, I did probably the stupidest thing. They had a commissary hall kind of thing, similar to, you know, jail, where they have like little bits of things you can buy to eat. And one of the things they had was you could buy 2 cup ramens, chicken maruchan for $1. And for about a week straight, that's all I had for lunch. And let me tell you, I felt like dog shit. That's why you should never eat ramen more than maybe once or twice a week at most. I mean, I've been eating ramen once a week now since I started reviewing these ramens. It hasn't really affected me in terms of overall health. Yeah, and just like the miso, when you're near the bottom, you get a poo. It's like you get the fucking flame shot from Metal Slug or some shit. Woo. That's a kick to the dick, but it's a welcome kick. I love spicy shit. It's why I would like to go to Thai, like a Thai place. Problem is Thai places here in Oklahoma. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like this everywhere. It's too expensive. I mean, $20 for a plate full of noodles and meat? It doesn't rub me the right way. I could probably make something similar at home for half the cost. You can say I'm cheap, but I consider myself a bargain shopper. I mean, you kind of have to be to survive in this economy. But yeah, this has a lot of shit on it, so this should be a good bite. Yeah, that is so good. I love that aftertaste. It's not bad at all. The reason why I don't give it a 10 though is that it requires more toppings, I think. If it had just a little bit more toppings and maybe a couple different things, like I have not seen the green onion in here at all. Usually I do, but I'm not seeing it. But point still stands. If it had more topping, easily a 10. Easily a 10. But I mean, I guess for the price, but yeah, that aftertaste is really good. If I wasn't as old as I was, you know, and I wasn't as fat as I was, I'd half tempt, buy another one and eat another one of these. The flavor is really that good. Nissin knocked it out of the park with this one. Now, I think I mentioned before, Nissin makes something called Rao. It's supposed to be king of ramens. They're not as great as people make them out to be. All it is you get a little bit more ramen noodle. You get different ramen, though. It's not the same as the whole, wavy, packaged crap you get from their, top ramen brand. Sorry, my nose is really runny. And, because of spice. But it's just... The broth is fine too. The broth is actually kind of richer than it's just, but it's not good enough to be called king. No. You add shit to it, it's fucking great though. Maybe that's why they call it king. But there's, like I said, when it comes to instant ramen, it's hit or miss. You either find yourself a banger, or you find yourself a pile of shit. Or something underwhelming. Here's a brand I mentioned earlier, Mama, right? That's one of the cheapies out there. A lot of people think, it's lacking something and they hate it. I don't hate Mama. I mean, I got a couple shrimp packets in my cupboard, in my pantry, and I really like those. My only problem is the noodles have that Maruchan cup ramen texture to it. You may think, like, what do you mean? The noodles are more flat, and they don't have as much as body to them. I mean, Top Ramen used to have that problem too, but lately their ramen noodles are almost exact same as you would get in a packet. Yeah, but this costs the same amount as the miso, and that was like $1.36, I want to say. Well, that's what I want to say. Ooh, that burn. Welcome burn. That flavor is amazing. What's funny is Nissin is Japanese. Nongshim is Korean. Nongshim. Make something like this. You could probably do it better. Because, like I said, Nongshim is my favorite ramen company. Of course, they don't call it ramen, they call it ramyan. And I'm not going to some communistic fucking country just to try out some different noodles from Nongshim that haven't been released over here. Which I don't think there is now. I think they have their whole roster over here now in America. There's one I really want to try called Chempeti. It's spaghetti ramen. It's weird. I still want to try it, though. Of course, I went to Walmart the other day when I was looking for ramens for when I got paid to get for, the next shebang. They had that in nirogiri in cup form. So, I'm probably going to buy that. Because I know what nirogiri is. That's a spicy seafood ramen flavor. And I like it. I like nirogiri. But it's more spice than it is seafood flavor. That's my only problem with this. My only beef. But, yeah. That is a 9 out of 10. It's a Korean gochujang. I hope I said that right. Beef flavor. Highly recommend that. That is delicious. It has a great aftertaste. Has a little bit of burn to settle your taste for spice. And I can't recommend that enough. That is definitely a well surprise from Nissin because, like I said, that miso was not good. And then of course that Chef Wu was good too for my recent ramen adventures here on this channel. That shit was good too. It just needed, well, I mean the plant-based noodles, they just had a sponginess to it, and that it was okay. It wasn't great though. I prefer your standard alkaline pasta noodles with ramen. So with that being said, I am Forever Richard 2. I highly suggest you give this a try. And like I said, I'm going to get some more ramens, and I'll put some polls up on the channel, and then you can decide what I have next. And I'll do it just for you, because I like you a little bit. You know, just a little bit. No, actually, I like you a lot. But you guys take good care of yourselves. Remember to keep gaming, keep loving each other, and keep it retro. Until the next time we see each other, you be well. And remember, drink your water with your ramen, and go for a little small walk, and you'll be fine. Guaranteed. See ya. Thank you for watching my video. If you liked what you saw and would like to support my channel, please consider being a patron. I'll put your name up with these fine folks who have donated to this channel, and that would be awesome to have you on board. If not, that's entirely up to you. I hope you have a good day and take care.